When you're putting a job together, there are several different ways that you might want to construct it. Let's take a look at the different ways that we support. Let's say I am doing some painting on the rocket. Painting is an item that I've saved in my frequently used list, and because of that, a description comes through, and so does the rate of $100 per hour. I just put in here how many hours I want to spend doing that job, and Streamtime multiplies these together to get the total amount. Now at this point, I can just put this item into play, and anyone in my team can select the item directly from the job. You can see it's come through here as other items, and they can create tasks, adjust their time, and then track. When you come back to the job, you'll notice that 4 hours has been tracked. The rate is $100 per hour for painting, so 4 times 100 shows me what the potential sell rate is for the painting. And of course, Aaron is automatically added in as one of the team members on the job. I could, of course, add in several other team members. They'll see the job in their to-do list screen and can track time accordingly against the job. Now, a variation on this is for me to take the 200 hours and spread it out amongst the 3 team members. And to do that, I just come in here and distribute the time how I like it to be. So in this scenario, Aaron, Danielle, and Pius will have 100, 50, and 50 hours to spend on painting. Aaron's already spent 4, so if we were to go into his to-do list now, you can see that he's got 96 hours left. Anytime he can pick that up and drop it across and begin tracking and working on that. Keep in mind that we're using a $100 an hour rate for painting across the board of all of these 3 team members. If I prefer to break the rate column and use individual charge out rates, you can see here in that scenario, Pius has charged out a lot more than Aaron or Danielle, and everyone's unique rates come through at this point in order to calculate the full amount. So the price has moved from $20,000 to $39,000. This is useful if you're using a mix of senior and junior designers who get billed out at different rates, so you can set up the job according to their rates and price that way. Another method that's quite popular is to price a job based on value. So for example, we might be the best painters in town, and whenever we quote painting, there's a flat rate of $50,000. It doesn't actually matter how long it takes us to do the job. We just want to charge $50,000 for painting. It's purely based on the value that we're going to add. Again, I can add my team, and once I put the job into play, the team can continue to track time on the job. Over on Aaron's to-do list, he can see that he is sharing this painting with 3 other people, and no time has been assigned to it at this point. He can drag that across and then begin to track time in the normal way. Meanwhile, over on the job, we still multiply out how many hours times the team member's sell rate as the work is done. So I can see here that Aaron's normal charge rate is $180. He's spent 4 hours so far, so that's the equivalent amount of $720 sellable time, and I'm comparing that against the amount that I quoted at all times. So I can see how I'm going in terms of burning through the money. Now, a variation on this is that you might want to assign the total number of hours to the project. So painting, for example, we might want the team to spend a combined time of 200 hours. This gives us an effective rate of $250 per person. This is calculated, and we still maintain our fixed sell price of $50,000. As the time is tracked, the rate of $250 per person is used instead of their normal rate in order to work out the effective sell value as you progress. And in this scenario, the team see all of the remaining hours for painting, which is 196 hours. Keep in mind, Aaron's already tracked 4 hours. Everybody can see that there are other people also working on that item. In this case, 3 people are working on painting, 196 hours remaining. And just like before, this can be picked up, dragged, and dropped into the to-do sheet, and time can be tracked in the normal way. And a further variation on this is that, like before, you may want to distribute that time between your team. So in this case, we want to insist that Aaron spends 100 hours, Danielle 50, Pius 50, But at the end of the day, we're still charging $50,000 for painting, and that price we have fixed. Again, we calculate what the effective hourly rate is in this scenario, and we use that figure to track how much money is being used compared to what you're selling against. We also track how many hours is being spent against what's planned. Over on the to-do screen, the individual people, in this case Aaron, gets to see how many hours they have left. Keep in mind Aaron's already tracked 4 hours, so his 100 has dropped to 96 remaining.